All right, so I appreciate you guys for getting the likes up there. Thank you so much. I'm trying to help people and I can't do it alone. So thank you for doing that. Again, this is a channel about education and I'm not going to distract you. That's one thing I want you to know. I'll just say this, 29,908 and a quarter, if they don't get above there, they're going down. And they're going to go down a little bit. I'm going to show you a chart from yesterday really quickly, and that way you can kind of get an idea of why we use majority. So you can kind of get out of the noise. I don't want you in the noise. Again, I celebrate the fact that you're here. If you're coming over from day trader to day, I know I've gotten subscribers here. You guys are absolutely not supporting as you should. And so if you're coming over from there, do not bring that mentality to this channel. Please make sure that you hit the like button, share the information because people need help. And I'm trying to give you professional grade education at no cost to you. I want you to make sure that you share it with someone. People need help. All right. So this is how you would find your high and your low of your bar while it's moving and know what type of bar it'll be before it even finishes. And it can be heading in the opposite direction. You can look at any of that information to see me do it. It's not a one off. And then, of course, the threshold, how far the candle will pull back, and then the price action trend. You just need candles. That's it. And then I'll show you a couple tools that's on the board to kind of help you with this information here. And the price action method, I use the majority principle, which states the minority is compelled to follow. They're forced to do so. And then your chart scale, I'll teach you how to read that bezel so you never have to look left. And again, if you're coming over from day trader to day, I encourage you to do so, of course. But if you come from here, don't bring that mentality with you where you're not supporting the information. Try not to do that. I already had enough people over there, over 800 and some odd people. All right, and so we're getting 4 likes. That's pretty good. For 800 and some odd people. If you need indication, please, whatever you do, don't go and spend anywhere from $50 to $400. Don't do that. All right, want to make sure I tell you that as well. All right, so this is what I think about markets. All right, you can pause the video and read that. You're being taught to believe that it's random. It's not. I'm gonna go ahead and say that to you. It's not. This is a snapshot I took of yesterday. All right, this is something I took of yesterday here, and that's majority without reading bars. That's why I got the trend color in there. So yeah, you can just find majority. When you find it, just know that hey, there's a good chance they'll keep going, and even though they're doing all that wiggling, just kind of stay out their way. And so this response kind of made sense, but they're coming back this way. All right, and that being the case, they're going back under here. And my community, my private community, know why they can end up back under here. You should know. So if they plan to go down, you can aim under here. And again, I'm not an alert service. All right, so they ran up there with the news, but they came back this way. All right. So now what we're going to do is what I told you from before. Get to the middle of your chart and just draw your center. So hopefully they'll break that pivot there and then they'll just fall. But if they come back up here, yeah, we'll have a problem. They'll kind of go up. All right. So it's kind of interesting how they popped up and then turned that corner like that. All right. So we'll see. We'll just see. But they will go under there if they don't do it today. My private community absolutely know why they can get under there. If they don't do it today, just mark your chart. You know what I tell you when I tell you something to happen, it'll happen. It just takes time. All right, so then you get the middle of your chart, and then you get the lower portion of your chart. Just divide this section in half again. That's all you would need to do. And if they come up here, it's kind of the same thing. Just do this. And I'm eyeballing this stuff, people. I'm eyeballing it. All right, so yeah, so let's just go right about there. All right, so we got the center, okay, which is here, and we got the upper part, which is here. Now I'm just dividing this in half, all right, and then we got the lower part, which is here. Can they turn around and go back down? Yes, because what we're looking for, oftentimes we're looking for this, and this is coloring the bars, all right. So we got the midpoint exceeding the low. That bar turns red or green. All right. So if it's going up, we're doing this. We're needing the midpoint to exceed the high. So, okay, we get the midpoint to exceed the high, the midpoint to exceed the low. This bar is your colored bar. All right. So they're trying to turn back around. There's a trend. There's a trend down here, trend zone down here. They came to the center of the trend. They turned around. Maybe they're going to head up, but that's what you're seeing with that little diamond. That's the increase aspect of it. And let me explain that to you. All right. So you get a wick and a smaller wick. Okay, you get a big wick, smaller wick. All right, the next thing that you would be looking for is this: you get a smaller body, bigger body. All right, smaller body, bigger body, and this body needs to fit in there at least twice. It may not be this. All right, it may not be this. That's fine. If you can get at least two, you got to get two out of the three. Try to get two out of the three. If you can get them all, then fantastic. This is kind of all of it, okay? Because we got the colored bar, we got the diamond. All right, so that body can fit in there twice. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I got the threshold on this. Okay. I was wondering. I was like, why is the mid up here? Okay. So yeah, the mid is roughly in the middle. All right. So your mid is roughly. I just don't have it drawn out, but your mid is in the middle. All right. So we have it all in this pattern here. So now, what you would do, we already have a trend in place from up here, and they just went to the center of that trend. All right. The center of that trend is this line here. And you have the line here, which is the center of your trend here. My indicator draws all of this for you, so you don't have to do it. All right. So and it's a part of the $100 package, so you don't have to go and get the 250. You don't have to do that. All the tools that you're seeing right now is a part of the $100 package. It's a hands-off approach, and you don't have to do anything. Now that pattern, now we're talking that pattern here, saying that they can get here, and that's why you're seeing that price down there. That's what the pattern is telling you. The indicator will plot the actual prices for the patterns. All right, the red bar is the green bar. It'll plot the actual price. The trend, the trend indicator just plots you a line. And they got close to this trend target. They got close. They just managed to lift up. And sometimes that's the case. So just kind of keep that in mind. So I'm going estimation here with this drawing here. It's not perfect. All right. So the indicator is perfection. All right. I'm just drawing it out. All right. So let's do this. Let's just kind of sit that there. All right. So if they're going to go up, here's your targets for the opposite side. Now, typically, what I like to do, and this is me, I like to go with the colored bars, all right, for the stop placement. And of course, the wick zone. So the wick zone, which is here, okay, you're always going with your wick zone here. This is how far your live candle will pull back and then go again. Let me kind of illustrate that for you if you don't know. So most of the time, the bar will lift up and then it'll go. Most of the time, the bar will dip back and then it will go. All right, and that's your wick zone. So how far is too far? They take out that zone, they're gonna run that bar. Most of the time, that's the case. All right, so just try to keep that in mind. All right, so we had all three of them showing up here. That's all three, right? And we just did our projection. They can go to the upside. You had all three from below. All right, so that body can fit in there twice. All right, so let's mark this as well. You kind of want to get all three. I mean, that's what you really want. Okay, but if you can't, try to get at least two. It just works a lot better. All right, and they've already made the target. That's why you're not seeing it. All right, so they're at the center of the chart, just kind of hanging out. That's all. They're hanging out at the center of the chart. Let's see what they plan to do. All right, and again, this is the lower. Matter of fact, let me just color this line so we don't get blended in into everything. Let's do this. All right, come and join me at 9:30 on the other channel. Let's make sure that we do that. Let's color this one too. We'll level this out just a little bit. All right. So yeah, come and join me at the other channel. I'm gonna shoot that 9:30. Just 5 minutes. It's not gonna be long at all. Just shoot about 5 minutes. 5 minutes worth of information there. I guess I might have should have left it. I might have should have left it the color it was, but don't worry about it. You know where I put it. All right. We know that's a part of the upper part of the chart. Um, let's just make this a little bit bigger. Let's just make this a little bit bigger so it don't blend into it. Let's make it a 5. We're gonna make the other one a 5 too. All right, so let's make this a 5. That way it doesn't get kind of blended into the other targets and stuff. Let's do that. Let's do that. All right, so trading is not difficult. That's my whole point. Want to make sure that you understand. You come over here, you can see the chart because you got to be convinced that by your own understanding that this stuff works. It's not complicated. All right, it's really not. All right. So now, if you're not getting this, the thing that I want to tell you, and I've said this before, and I'm gonna say it one more time. If you're not getting majority, okay, if you're not getting this stuff, this is what you get ready to wind up with. There's going to be at least four bodies. There's going to be at least four now. I want to say four or more will show up here. All right, so that's a problem too. All right, so just try to keep that in mind. All right, so center of the chart, they're still kind of hanging out. I don't like this turn now, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. They came back, of course, hit the center of the trend, fell into the zone, as well as this zone here, and they managed to pop out of it at the news. So maybe they're going to go up. That zone was up there, but they didn't touch it. They kind of just came back away from it. But I do want to tell you, yeah, I showed you that photo, and there's a reason for them to go under that bar. Now it may not happen today. That's okay. Mark your chart. Just mark your chart. Been doing this for a very long time. Mark your chart. All right. So I'm 10 minutes into this. We're gonna try to give it just a bit more. And again, come and join me at 9:30. Well, I won't be on there at 9:30, but come and watch the video. I'll put it out today for 9:30. Just show some indications if you want to see some of the other tools that deals with real time, just real time information. You'll get a chance to see that information there. All right. So if you want to just take a quick glance at it, I'll throw it in frame really quickly. All right. I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna cheat a little bit. All right. This is what it looks like right now. All right, now come over there, come over there, and take a peek. Sometime today, I'll have it up. All right, so that's what that bottom looked like. All right, that's what that bottom looked like with my indications. All right, so now let's see. Let's see. They made it past the center of the chart. They're kind of banging their head up against this portion here. Let's see what they plan to do. I told you I didn't like this. It's something that they've done that has really impacted the position of that. So now let's see how much further that they plan to go while I'm still up here. That's all. While I'm still up here. All right. So we got a trend target up here, so they can definitely get there. You know, they can get there if they want to stay up. Absolutely, there's no question about it. All right. So yeah, not an alert service, but because you guys definitely you stepped up. You know, you stepped up and showed the initiative to support the information because I introduced my store and I said it under that video and I meant it that you have to ask yourself, am I an idiot for going to these grand openings of these restaurants or whatever, paying these people for something that I can't take with me, can't take with you. And so to snub someone that's trying to help you understand how to financially secure your future with information that's tried and tested and cannot be argued. I don't care what chart you're looking at, whether it's gold, Bitcoin, it doesn't matter. And no matter the time frame, do you snub that individual and not celebrate the fact that they're trying to offer you an opportunity to maybe enhance your experience with a store? So just try to keep that in mind. Who's the idiot? Who's the idiot? And I mentioned this yesterday. The platform, well over $1,000, well over. Okay, some bubbles. All right, just try to keep that in mind. Try to keep that in mind. These vendors out here charging significantly more than what I would charge you for one indicator. I'm just trying to reverse the experience for the trader, man. So when you think about that and you can't bring yourself to just celebrate, hey, he's offering services. You don't have to be a part of it. No, of course not. You don't have to buy anything. You don't have, that's what the channel is all about. Free information so you can learn how to trade if you're having trouble. If you're having trouble. What it hurts to what? Hit the like button? I push a lot of buttons just to get to this I guess presentation to give you guys information. There's a lot of buttons I have to push. Okay, so it's really interesting, and that's why I wouldn't come back and deliver more information if I can't see the participation there. Okay, so I don't expect you to buy anything. I want to make sure I say that to any one of you who's listening. You don't have to buy anything from me, but don't snub me because I know the public is toxic. People want everything for free, and you're not going to get all the education that I'm in possession of. You won't get it for free. I can't do that. I paid a lot of money to learn what I know, but I'm willing to share with those that really need some help. And so if you're not that evil individual, help somebody else. That's all you got to do. Help somebody else. Push it as far as you can to the next individual. That's all. Don't be evil. Don't be evil. Let's see what they're going to do. Let's see. Food for thought. Just food for thought, trying to help you see it because there's a lot being done to the trader from all sides. From all sides. So who's the idiot? Think about that. Who's the idiot? Who is the idiot? Let's see what they're gonna do here. They kind of hit here. They're stuck above here. I don't like this turn that much, but let's see, they're still hitting this threshold. I don't want to hold this video really long. That's what I don't want to do. That's what I don't want. They're trying to come back with this again, but I just don't know about this. Now, clearly, they can go where I told you I think they'll end up. But if that be the case, I must tell you, they'll be back up here too. They'll be back up here too. So let's see. It's all about a win. That's all it is. When. When do they plan to do it? When do they plan to do it? This threshold here on the colored bar, this is the problem for now. For now. All right, just for now. That's the threshold on the colored bar. Okay, they pulled up to it and they turned around. They can't do this forever. All right. So at some point, this has to come to an end. It must come to an end. That's all. They can't do it for forever. They just can't. So at some point they have to come out of this. I cannot stay up here, people. It's pushing 16 minutes. I do not want to hold the video long. All right, I really don't. So I want you to just take time, watch this again and again. Look for this information until it becomes really concrete to your understanding that this is the only thing that's moving this chart. The mid exceeding is very, very simple and is absolutely what's happening. The mid is exceeding. Grasp that concept. Please grasp that concept. Once you get that going, these other components are being illustrated by the same effect. It's majority, all right? It's happening within another time frame that you're not currently looking at. All right. So this is showing you this effect. All right. So we're layering in that confluence to get your bar up the board. And once that happens, you'll get targets, okay, by the indicator, or you can draw them yourself. It doesn't matter. Yeah, that's why I'm trying to teach it to you, so you can draw it yourself. You don't have to have my indicators. You can have the targets placed up there, and then once they hit them, they'll disappear. They'll be removed from the actual chart. So we got it all again, right? No, the wicks ain't. No, that's not it. That's not it. The wicks aren't there. You got two of them, but the wicks aren't. The wicks. The wicks. I'm sorry. The wicks are not in line, large or small. That's not that. They keep going up here. I can't sit here all day. So we're pushing 17 minutes here. Let's see. Let's see if they're still they're still doing this. All right. That's all. They're still doing this, coming back to this threshold and wanting to jump out of it. Now here's your four. I just talked about that before I go. Here it is. This red bar here. Okay. This red bar here. 1, 2, 3, 4, or more. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, more. Okay. It looked like this one's going to close inside of it as well. Let's see if it closes inside of it. Yeah, I think it's gonna do it. So 4 or more. I just told you that. I just told you that. All right. I just told you that 4 or more. That's what they'll do. I believe that bar absolutely. Yep, it did. All right. So that's my time with you. I absolutely have enjoyed it. I wish you all the best with your trading. Take care.